Okay, this is the setup for the finding the magnetic field of a long straight wire using the IOLab device. My setup, it consists of a long straight wire made of copper, and I have my IO device with the magnetic field sensor here. I have the wire connected to a pair of AA batteries and a switch so that I can actually turn the current on and off. So let's do the first part of this experiment, which is going to be to find the magnetic field of the Earth at my location. I will need to do that in order so that I can use those components later as I do my measurements. My measurements will actually show the combination of the magnetic field due to the Earth plus the magnetic field due to the wire. I don't want the magnetic field of the Earth. I'm actually interested in the wire. So in these experiments, and frankly any experiments using playing around with magnetic fields, you have to eliminate the field of the Earth to make to actually get an accurate measurement. So what I'm going to do here is I set my IOLab device at a distance of 1 centimeter away from the wire. I'm going to do these runs for 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 centimeters away from the wire. But what I'm first going to do is, with no current on, I am going to go ahead and find the magnetic field at my location. So I'm going to do this for distance equals 1 and 1 centimeter. So I'll click record. And the duration of the data collection is 10 seconds. That should be sufficient to get a good reading. So now I'm done, and what I need to do now is determine what the field is at 1 centimeter away from the wire. So I'm going to click on the analysis tool and drag over the graph. And as you can see, it gives you the average field, the standard deviation, the area under the curve, and the derivative. I'm not interested in any of those. I'm only interested in the average field. And as you can see, my values are 98, 26, and 33 in round numbers. You would have to record out to 3 decimal places. But this gives you a feeling for that. So now I'm going to do one more run at distance of 3 centimeters. So I move the device to 3 centimeters away from the wire. As you can see, there's my 3 centimeter mark right here. So my sensor is in place. I'm going to go ahead and add a run to the data collection. That gives me a second run. Let's clear that out so it's a clear field. I'll click record so we can actually see what the field is looking like. We're going to have to take those components for each and every measurement that we do. As you can see, there's some change in Bx and Bz. There's really no change along By. That's not a huge surprise. We're not changing the orientation of the device at all. But we'll have to record all these components in order to make sure that when we do the analysis, we actually get the magnetic field of the wire. So that's the first part of the experiment. That's the first part of the experiment. The second part of the experiment will actually take data for the with the current on so that you can see how the data collects.